Hello. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I've got no makeup. My hair, I haven't even got clothes on. I've literally got a scarf wrapped around the top of me. Basically, I just wanted to tell you about my skin journey because it's just been too much. So, about 2 years ago, my skin started going really funny. Like, when I say really funny, I mean really funny. Like, it was like all coming up here. Basically where you'd put highlighter, it was like red, like blotchy, like sore, raised, like it was horrendous. And then it would all go dry, like my whole face would just like flake off. It all started with a dry eyelid. I literally had a bit of dry on my eyelid and I was like, well, that's a bit funny. I kept putting Vaseline on, getting on with my life. Then it just escalated. And it all down my neck, like red lumps. Yeah, it was just so sore, like all around my eyes was like tight. I was like covering myself in Vaseline, like my whole face. I looked like I had a disease, like my eyes were swollen shut at some points. It was like flaking off. I had Vaseline, it was horrible. I was like answering the door to people at work and I literally looked like I had a disease. Can we just not talk about it? No, I'm just kidding, I'm making a video. Yes, I was trying Vaseline, coconut oil, Sudocreme, random like moisturisers. It wasn't even the aesthetic in the end. At first I was like, oh my god, I can't go out looking like this. I looked like the Elephant Man. I don't know if that's accurate. No, like yeah, it was horrendous. But by like a week after, I was like, I don't care what I look like anymore. I was in so much pain. I was just in agony. I just wanted something to put on my face to make it like, oh my god, I can't even explain to you. 2 weeks in now, I went to the doctors and they were like, yeah, we can see you've got a problem. They referred me to a dermatologist and to the allergy centre. So I went to the allergy centre first and I had to go and get all these tests done. So they like on your forearm, they like prick it and put things on it and they stick like 49 different things on your back and you've got to keep it on on the Monday, you go back on the Wednesday and they check it, and then you go back on the Friday and they take it off. So you've got to keep it on the Monday to the Friday and you can't shower, so win-win. Oh, and I had to have a blood test at the doctor's. Right, so I had all the allergy tests and everything, all came back negative. They were like, you're not allergic to anything, or apart from some form of house dust or something, I don't know. But they were like, nothing's like flagging up, like you're not allergic. I was like, right, okay. So then I went to meet my dermatologist and like I went in, he sat me down, he was like, right, I looked at me and at this point it started to clear up, like it wasn't as bad. But I was showing him photos and he was like, yeah, okay, I can see. And I was like, right, like seriously, like please help me, like I need help. I think he told me to use Epiderm. Oh, I don't know if he did. But at this point I started using Epiderm cream because I went into Tesco and saw it. It was like moisturising my face, but it wasn't helping me in any way. But I used that for like ages. He was like, I want you to go and have a blood test. And I was like, oh no, I've had a blood test. I had the blood test at the doctor's. And he was like, well, I can't see on my software. I can't get the doctor's software. Doctor's records or whatever. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I was like, so why did I have to have the blood test then? And he was like, well, I don't know. And he tried to get the blood test results, but he couldn't. And I was just like dying inside. Like, I'm not very good with blood tests. When I say I'm not very good, I mean I'm bad. Like, I am the one crying hysterically while like the child is over there just fine. Like, I'm not good. Like, I don't like any form of pain, needles, just not for me. I'm like sat there like, great, I had to have another one. The first one was for nothing. Like, it was just horrendous. He was like, I also want you to have a ultrasound. We came out of that appointment and we went straight to the hospital. We were going back in 2 or 3 weeks and he needed to have had the test and had the results back. Like, we'll just go to the hospital now while we're here, get it over and done with. Like, I'm already like welling up because I've got to have a blood test. So we get to the hospital and we're like, okay, so we go for a blood test. I have the blood test done. I'm saying it very blasé, but I mean like I cried hysterically, they held me down, took my blood. And then we go to the ultrasound bit and we like give her a little letter in and they're like, oh it's an hour and a half wait or something, and we're like, oh okay fine, like whatever, get over and done with. And then like 45 minutes later they like come out and they're like, we can't do your ultrasound, that person can't prescribe it, or this letter doesn't give it, or you can't have it today or something, or it's not a walk-in. I can't really remember the ins and outs, but basically I didn't have the ultrasound. I went on with my day-to-day life and my next appointment came round, so we went to the dermatologist again and he was like, oh so why didn't you have the ultrasound? And we were like, well we weren't allowed, like they said it wasn't allowed. He was like, right, but you had the blood test. So he was looking at my blood test results. He was like, yeah, everything's normal, can't see any abnormalities. He went, oh, you're low in vitamin D. I found that absolutely hilarious, but no one else in the room did. And then he was like, no, I still can't get over this bit. He was like, right, so you have polycystic ovary syndrome. I was like, oh, okay. How do you know that? He was like, well you tick 3 out of 4 boxes. I was like, oh right, what are they? He was like, overweight. I was like, fair. He was like, irregular periods. I was like, oh I don't really have irregular periods. And he was like, and extreme facial hair. No, at this point my mouth is like wide open, my chin is on the floor. I'm literally like, he was like, your beard. Right, so I look over to Mummy and she's sat there nodding along to him, and I'm like,
oh my god, this is it. Oh my god, I've got a beard and I didn't even know about it. Everyone in my life knows about it. I've just been going around pretending I haven't got a beard, but I've clearly got a beard and everyone's like talking about it behind my back.
I was literally like traumatised. Don't remember what happened the rest of the appointment. Oh my god, I was literally just like thinking about my beard. We come out. I was like,
Mummy, what the fuck? I have a beard.
And she was like,
what?
And I was like,
he said I had a beard.
And then she was like,
oh, is that what he said? I couldn't really hear him.
Yeah. So part of this funny skin thing, because it went all dry, all under here went black. Like, it was like dark because it was dry. So he obviously thought it was a beard, but it's not hair, it's just like dry skin. I'm fuming. But basically it's on my medical records now that I've got PCOS and I don't. Because the only box I tick is that I'm overweight, and that's not from having polycystic ovaries, it's from eating. Like. But yeah, so I just kept going back to him every 2 or 3 weeks. He wasn't really helpful at all. And then, no, I stayed at my friend's house and she had this bottle of Aveeno and I'd forgotten my Epiderm. So she was like, do you want to use the Aveeno? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. So I like put it all over my face. Oh my god. I woke up and I felt like a new woman. My face felt plump for the first time in months. I wasn't like in agony as I woke up and opened my eyes. Like, I'm quite an expressive person. Like, my face is like, do you know what I mean? So it was like agonising every time I moved or anything. It was horrible. But this Aveeno, I was like, oh my god. I was like, you need to drive me to town like now. And she drove me to town. I bought like 6 bottles of Aveeno. And I've never really looked back. Like, I still have it. Hang on. Literally just in my bedroom, like over there, I have a pumpy one, or like a big squirty one and a little squirty one, spray one. So I bloody love Aveeno and I've used it like pretty much every day since. But about 2 weeks ago I started getting a dry eyelid again and I was like, no, here we go again. Oh my god, I can't. It's happened, but it hasn't been as bad as last time. But all around here and here, like, and my eyes have gone like tight and sore, like really sore. 2 days last week I was in agony and it was going all red here. saw my friend the other day and she literally went, what the fuck is wrong with your face? I was like, oh, my skin thing's come back. Nice to see you too. What I think is my tears, like before, I really thought it was my tears, like I was crying a lot back then. I'm allergic to my tears, like when I cry it really stings, so I think that is it. But recently I haven't been crying that much, so I'm a new person.
Emotionally stable. I'm not.
But over the heat wave I have been sweating a lot. And I was talking to my hairdresser and she thinks it might be sweat, and I really think it now. Like tears and sweat are quite similar, and in general, like day-to-day life, I'm not a very sweaty person, so I wouldn't have known about the sweating thing because I don't really sweat that much. Like I don't sweat, but over this like heat wave I've been dripping in sweat. Like I've been at work and like dripping, so then I think that's what's made it like go sore. Like, what I've been doing is just washing my face frequently and then just putting Aveeno on, and it's like kind of calmed it down. There's a little bit of dry just around here, and also here again I've got the black again. Can you see here? It's like a bit red down here, bit red, and then black. That's not hair. I don't have a beard, for fuck's sake. No offense to people that do have beards, but I mean, like, I don't, so yeah, so I've got that again. It's the bane of my life. I'll be fuming if I still have it for Reading Festival. Fuming. So thanks for listening to this. Bye.